Welcome to Clash of Health. Thanks for being here today. It's July 17th, 2026, and I'm going to make another video. Watchdogs are here. I got a sense they were some good and some not so good. Extraterrestrials, UAPs, your land is in danger. I was being told, I think who I was being told by ETs. Your land is in danger of being infiltrated by groups that don't have your best interest. I was told to watch news stories. Never been told that before, but watch news stories as this will give a hint of what is next. Write down the lessons you need to learn to understand the next iteration of the soul. Conquer your fears, and you've won the war. Each battlefield has necessary lessons, the human evolution of soul's growth. Time is ticking before a reckoning. God oversees all things, all knowing. Plutonic forces will be necessary to change your world. So, of course, that's this world, and that world, I'm guessing. The one you live in. Wayward skies, wayward nights, wayward anima. Forced change is upon all of you who tarry with fools and foolishness. Beware of those who cross you in the night. Night skies, night lives, night lies. I asked about news stories, and they said there is a particular one that will call in your interest. Take notice of it. And then I go to like a table and there's these minions of change, and I ask to see the Galactic Federation. And I see a being with glasses, like thick Coke bottle glasses. And if you're not sure who the Galactic Federation is, you can Google it. Real or imagined, I don't know. I just saw this being when I asked for the Galactic Federation, who apparently oversees Earth and makes sure that we don't um, deconstruct or implode. We are here watching over your world, nothing to fear but fear itself. And then I was like holding dynamite. It diminishes and disappears in my hand, and then I go downstairs to this ET group. It's an evil meeting. Maybe that's why I had dynamite in my hand. Someone notices me, they surround me, and I felt this. I don't know, I felt like very like this negativity around me, and then like this fairy godmother figure takes me to the council of light, and it takes a while to release the debris. The dynamite becomes a candle, I become the candle. So then the council opens this map, which was so interesting, and I was like, what's on the map? And it was Assyrians. So the Assyrians, Mesopotamia, spanning ancient area, and it's Assyrians, even though the spelling didn't come up exactly that way, but that's what it was. Assyrian. Um, Ancient Egypt, they tell me. Assyrian is ancient Egypt area. Camel, period. Oil, period. Greed, all started here. Interesting. So let's kind of take a look at that for a moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to share my screen, but maybe so. Let's see here. Oh, maybe looking at anima. Who's curious about that? So the Assyrian Empire was a dominant Mesopotamia civilization in the ancient Near East that spanned from the 20th century BCE to its collapse in 609. At its peak during the Neo-Assyrian period, it stretched across the Fertile Crescent from Egypt to the Persian Gulf. Renowned for their military might and administrative innovation, they forged the first true standing professional army. Through advanced siege warfare, early iron weaponry, and a calculated policy of mass deportations, they conquered and unified numerous territories across the modern day Middle East. Hmm. What does that sound like? No comment. Starting as an independent city-state centered around the city in Iraq, Ashur, the Assyrians built a vast, lucrative trade network connecting Mesopotamia to Anatolia. And so there's different periods. So I have to say that when I got that, I didn't know anything about um, the Assyrians or anything like that. So that was interesting that it came up ancient Egypt, and indeed it is ancient Egypt. Again, I'm going to read camel period, oil period, greed period. All started here, all will end here. There is a sandy mountain and money all around. Then I write DT, Donald Trump, question mark. His mission is nearly over. Maybe he's taking us back to where we began. I see a man with a turban, very powerful. I see a cave and people praying in this cave. A candle's in the middle. It feels so good to be here. Like unlike that dark council or that dark meeting I was at, um, this meeting feels really good. So 3 meetings I was in. I was in this like dark meeting where I was surrounded when they noticed me. I was taken out to the Council of Light, and then I was in this cave that felt very just good. Like I felt like I was receiving an attunement. Um, they tell me they're the upper echelon. We are the upper echelon of existence, your existence. So they're the highest vibration of my existence. My heart feels heavy, like it could break after that. Heartache, period. I walk away. I walk towards the light. The hungry ghosts, addictions that are outside, inside, are trying to stop me from leaving, but I move forward towards the light. I take a lift out of the world. Jesus greets me. We are one, he tells me. We are one. Then I see a dog, and then I get a sense I'm one of the watchdogs. So very cool. Maybe I'm here and I'm over there being a watchdog, or I'm here as a watchdog. I don't know. But anyway, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed. So the news stories that the first news story I got was about um, the Save America Act. Again, I'm not in the news and stuff. I did hear about it though, peripherally from someone who was against it because this Save American Act makes sure that we show our credentials if we're going to vote. And the person who was not for it felt like it was discriminatory against women who've had to change their name or have changed their name through marriage and divorce and that kind of thing. And also people who maybe don't have the means to have a passport, but they have a driver's license or something. So I don't know. I really don't know anything about the act itself. But what Trump was saying was that it's important that Congress passes this because we want citizens voting and not non-citizens because China is trying to infiltrate our electoral system by manipulating the system through non-citizens voting. So that was the first news story I saw. Regardless of what you think this way or that way, that's the first news story that came through. The second one had to do with Tehran and the war basically that's going on in Iran and the Middle East. And the next one had to do with the wildfires in Canada, which I think relates to yesterday's video when I saw, or what came through was the Michigan Peninsula. I think people in Michigan are being affected by the fires greatly. They're coming down from Canada. And that's it. Have a good day.